Welcome to this lecture of Principle of Electrical Technology. Dear students, in the previous lecture, we discussed about the introduction of magnetic circuits, magnetic field lines, and we also discussed about the magnetic field pattern of a permanent magnet in different conditions. In the previous lecture, we also discussed about what happened when we place a magnetic material in the magnetic field lines, and we observed that the magnetic field lines feels the magnetic material as a low reluctant path, whereas if we place a non-magnetic material in the magnetic field lines, then there will be no divergence in magnetic field lines. So basically we observe the effect of magnetic material on the magnetic field lines pattern. The purpose of analyzing this is to get an idea for designing any machine or any device which is using the concept of magnetic circuits. In different applications, what we require is we require a magnetic field, and for that we need to provide a path to that magnetic field. That path should be low reluctance path. Okay, so for this what we basically require, we require a core to support the flux, so that that core basically provide a low reluctance path to the flux. Okay, whenever we want to use that magnetic field concept in any application, so first we have to establish that magnetic field concept. That is, first we have to establish the magnetic field, and for that we generally use permanent magnet in order to establish a magnetic field. Okay, and in order to take that magnetic field, that is magnetic field lines, through a designated path, for that we usually use magnetic materials or core to carry that magnetic field. Okay, but the issue with permanent magnet is that with the age, that is with as the time passes, the strength of the permanent magnet decreases. That is, the field of the permanent magnet decreases, and that concept we usually called as aging effect of a magnet. So in order to avoid that aging effect, in many applications magnetic field is produced using the concept of electromagnetic induction, or you can say using current we can produce a magnetic field which can sustain for a long time without loses its strength due to the constant supply, that is a constant current. The aging effect is not there in such type of magnetic field. So basically magnetic field produced due to the current is basically called as electromagnet. So as you already studied in your physics course, that is when a current is passing through a conductor, this current creates a magnetic field, and the pattern of this magnetic field is concentric circle around the conductor, and the density of the field is uniform around the length, and its strength, that is the field strength, is proportional to the value of the current. If we increase the current, the strength of the field increases. The direction of these concentric field lines can be obtained by using right hand rule. It says that place your, that is, grip the conductor with your hand, and your direction of thumb shows the direction of current flowing in the conductor. Then the direction of curled fingers will basically represents the direction of the magnetic field that is generated due to the flow of current. And if you reverse the direction of current, then what will happen? You have to point your thumb towards the direction of current, that is the opposite direction. In this case, you will find that the magnetic field direction changes because your curled finger direction is now changed in the opposite direction. So what we just seen is that if we increase the value of current, the strength of magnetic field increases. If we change the direction of current, then the direction of field changes. From this discussion, we can say that wherever we require a magnetic field for particular application, we can generate that magnetic field by using electromagnet, that is by using current. And if we increase the strength of current, we can increase the strength of magnetic field. So as per our requirement, we can obtain the strength of that magnetic field. Also, if we want to change the direction of the magnetic field, we can change the direction by changing the direction of the current. Now we will analyze the magnetic field produced by a coil carrying current, that is a current carrying coil. We just discussed that when a current carrying conductor is there, then that conductor will produce a magnetic field. Let us see the conductor, and the current I is flowing through this conductor. Now if we wound the same conductor in the form of coil like this, there are number of turns in the coil, and the end of the coil is like this. This is the arrangement of turns in the coil. And the current I is going inside the coil. So from this arrangement, what we have is, we have wound conductor, we wound the conductor into a coil shape. Right now there is no core, so here there is no core. So in case of the coil carrying current, what we have is, we have current I flowing in the coil, and the same current is flowing through all the turns. So the magnetic field lines will be like this. That is where the field line coming out is the north pole, behaving as a north pole, and where the field lines are going in, it behaves like a south pole. And this you can easily obtain the direction of the current by the right hand rule. And this coil is basically behaving like a permanent magnet whose north pole is upper side and the south pole is at lower side, and the current I is flowing out of the coil. Now how you can find the direction of this magnetic field? This you can obtain by the same your right hand rule, that is your curled finger will represent the direction of the field. Another way of finding the direction of this field is, that is the direction of field, you can place your finger, that is curl the finger around the coil. So your thumb will represent or will give you the direction of the field. So if you want to change the direction of field, then what you simply have to do is you have to change the direction of current. That is, change in current direction will result in change in direction of the field lines. We just discussed the case when there is no core in the coil. Now let us consider the case when there is a core present in the coil, that is the coil is wrapped around the core. So what you observe in the case of when the core is present, you will find that the flux line follow the core, because since the core is made up of magnetic material and that magnetic material provide a low reluctance path to the field lines, so the field lines start following the core. So let us consider the core as shown here like this. And we will wrap the coil on the leg of the core like this. Let us assume that the current I is flowing through the coil. From the upper end, current is entering the coil, and the lower end current is leaving the coil. Here what we have is, we have ferromagnetic core. Ferromagnetic core is present. Then you will find that almost all flux is confined in the core. We are saying that almost all flux. It is not the all flux, okay. Although the small amount of flux passes through the surroundings as well. So basically maximum flux tries to confine in the core of the coil. Another interesting fact, you will find that due to the core, that is the presence of core, the flux is now no longer proportional to the current. That is, the flux phi is no longer proportional to the flux. That is, if we increase the current, flux increases, but the flux is not increases proportionally. Unlike the case that when there is no core, that is air core coil, there you will find that if we increase the current, the flux increases. So in air core coil, the flux is proportional to I, or you can say the magnetic field intensity B is proportional to H, and K is here basically proportionality constant is mu naught. Now if you have a look on the flux line, then same rule we can apply. Place your curled finger around the coil, your thumb will give the direction of the flux, and the flux will follow the path provided by the core. So the flux line will be like this. This black dotted line is basically the flux. Now in the next lecture we will discuss about the different terms related to magnetic circuits.